Wallace hugs from this movie.
What's up, big boy?
I need some dog's hugs after watching this. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Get out of here!
I'm proud of you, boys. Maintain a speed of 3 miles per hour. Walk until there's only one of you left.
So I just got back from watching The Long Walk, the latest Stephen King adaptation, which... How many books does this guy have? How many books does Stephen King have? He's 6'4". Over 200 short stories. And 65 novels. Oh my gosh. Anyways, so this is the latest Stephen King adaptation, The Long Walk, which is a story about a group of volunteers in this dystopian future world after a war, where they voluntarily go in this contest where all they have to do is walk. They walk until they're the last one standing. If they go below 3 miles an hour, they get warnings and they get shot. And that's the whole premise of the movie. And there's one last standing. It's kind of like a Hunger Games type situation, which this came out before Hunger Games. But anyways, man, and I gotta say, this movie was a really hard watch for me, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Because, man, it starts out, these guys get together, and the movie does a really good job of getting the whole group together. And it's not this cliche thing of a competition where they're all trying to outdo each other. The whole movie is centered on, like, brotherhood. Them trying, that they know they're in a society in this future where they're all down on their luck. They're poor. They have nothing else to lose. So they're actually kind of doing, a lot of people are in this race just to win for one, but also just to make some friends and to like have a good time. And throughout the whole movie, they do a really good job of fleshing out the relationship. Some characters more than others, but they do a great job of fleshing out the relationship between the characters to where, man, as soon as that first person goes down, the whole movie is keeping you tense, and they're getting you to really care about these characters to where it's like, man, I don't want any of them to die. And they do a great job of, as the movie goes on, you care more and more about these characters to where and as the numbers are dwindling down, you're just like, man, I don't want any more. I don't want anyone else to go down. So I really was surprised how much I mean, this might really be one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations because, man, the movie kept me tense. When the movie started, they have their main characters, right? They have their main little group inside the giant group of guys who they really center on, and you start caring about them. But man, they did such a great job of even the guys earlier in the movie, and without spoiling it, maybe they're kind of jerks. Maybe the movie isn't focusing on them right now, or they're just kind of like the stereotypical bully. Even by the end of the movie, you're like, I don't want this guy to die because they realize the situation they're in. I mean, man, with the main characters, I think it's McGreedy is his last name and Peter is another one. They're the two really main characters in the bond they form throughout the movie. You're really following them, and man, the movie does a great job of just keeping your attention. It's not long. It's like an hour and 48 minutes. As one person's getting offed after the next, and they're just doing a great job of really just telling this story of these group of guys as they go. This is rated R. This is a violent movie. It has bad language. If you're queasy, if you don't like seeing gruesome things or foul language, this probably isn't the best movie. But they do a great job of not making it over violent for violence sake. They make each death, you feel it. You're like, they had to go out like that, or it wasn't, none of the deaths, none of the shots were played for gore factor or just for fun. They made everything emotional, and they did a great job in the movie of hitting these really sad, tenseful parts, throwing in a little bit of comedy in there. And the way they throw in the comedy isn't cheap. It's these guys are all walking. They all realize all of us are going to die except one. So they're kind of trying to just have a good time. While they're walking, they'll crack jokes with each other. They try to become friends. They try to make this not so miserable to where for however many days they're just walking, life's terrible. And I really appreciated it because man, the movie, you start out feeling just like, oh man, this sucks. And then by the end of it, I started to feel more uplifted because these group of guys that have lasted through the end, they start talking about, there's some moral stuff going on to where they're just constantly being like, I want to do good for people. The fact that I had to go through that, this is how it is. We want to change the world. And there's a lot of good moral things that come at the end. And ultimately, the end of the movie, the lesson is not to spoil it, but there's a lot of love involved with going throughout the story and brotherhood. And man, by the end of the movie, it feels really good. But to keep this short and sweet, I would recommend seeing this. This is one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations. I haven't seen, a crazy amount of them, but for this one being just, most of the ones I've seen are as horror movies / thriller movies, but this one was more of just almost like a story piece, and it was about brotherhood. It was about, and I'm sure there's some hidden meanings in it, but man, I really enjoyed this. I do recommend going to see this if this is a type of movie you're okay with seeing. They did it. The characters were great. They really do a good job of making you like every character, even characters maybe early on. They intentionally make you not want to like even those people you feel bad for throughout the movie. So yeah, go out and see this. I think I would give this movie, man, I feel like I've been rating movies pretty high lately, but there's been some good movies. I think I would give this movie a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'd say about 8.5. You know what? No, I'm gonna say a 9 out of 10. I really did enjoy this movie. There were a few parts that almost got me a little emotional because man, they do a great job at building up that emotion. If you've read the book, I have not. If it's different, if there's a different ending, let me know. Let me know if you've seen the movie and the book. Let me know which one you've liked better. But yeah, man, if you've seen the movie, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And yeah, thank you guys.